Overka. God, fuck off, Shining Finger. Sheesh. And then an email arrives to break the stalemate. I turn my attention away from Suzuha. This ringtone is starting to piss me off. It's most likely from that male demon Shining Finger. I can tell without even checking. This is getting ridiculous. She's got some stalker qualities and maybe split personalities. I shouldn't have given her my address. I look at Suzuha and see her lying on the counter. She's playing with something in the palm of her hand. Looks like a small metal pin. Anyway, how could she be this lazy on her second day? I love CRTs. Was a lie too, wasn't it? What the fuck's a death notice? She was just wondering if I got a death notice. How could she say that with a straight face? What the hell is a death notice anyway? Do those even exist? This girl is hard to get a handle on. I really shouldn't let my guard down around her. Ooh. Suzuha leaps up as soon as I speak. Ooh.
IBN 5100の都市伝説は有名だったのか。
Maybe that retro PC's more popular with female otaku than I thought.
そうそう、都市伝説でした。君はどの程度まで知ってんの？
IBN 5100を実際に探し回ってみたが、結局秋葉にはなかったというオチは知っている。
Oh.
そっか、そりゃそうだよね。
何か知っている口ぶりだな。
いや、知ってるような知ってないようなって感じかな。
Okay.
私は知らないけど、遠い知り合いが知ってて、それをちらっと聞いたことがあるみたいな。
Another insincere smile. I'm starting to think she's not a very good liar. You can tell she's lying whenever she smiles like that. Sure enough, she doesn't offer any other information. She just keeps that insincere smile plastered on her face. Suzuha falls back down onto the counter with a deep sigh. She looks up at me from that position.
IBN 5100についてのさ、興味深い情報教えてあげようと思ったのにな。そんな目で見られたら教える気なくなっちゃった。
そもそも俺は IBN 5100になど興味はない。
More concerned with CERN right now. Solving one of Akiba's mystery won't topple the organization's regime after all.
貴様を信用できる要素が一つもない。その面白い情報が真実であるかどうかもわからない。
うわぁ、そこまで言う？確かに私、挙動不審だけどね。
Oh, at least she knows.
じゃあさ、教えないけど、ヒントだけあげるよ。そんで、わかりそうでわからないもどかしさに身もだえちゃえ。
Okay.
実は IBN 5100には隠された機能があるんだよ。
A hidden function. That reminds me, I'm pretty sure the John Titor from 2000 said something like that. I searched through my memories.
確か IBN 5100には独自のプログラミング言語がどうたらこうたら。
There it is.
嘘！なんで知ってんの？なんで？
I only vaguely remembered, but it looks like I hit the mark. I grin.
能力名サイズハング。俺は貴様の心の内を読み取ることができるの。
Leading question.
何それ？反則！
For some reason, Suzuha covers her face with both her hands. She opens her fingers just enough to peek at me. That's not enough to escape my power.
全てはお見通しだ。天音鈴葉。観念するがいい。
とにかく IBN5100 には隠された機能があるの。 AP エリアベーシックが普及する前に書かれた IBN の独自のプログラミング言語も解読できちゃうのってさ、驚愕だと思わない？
Isn't that surprising? So we have BASIC. So short for Beginner's All-Purpose Symbolic Instruction Code, a beginner's programming language frequently used in the 1970s. And then APL was the other. Oh. Short for a programming language. A programming language introduced in 1964. A long time ago. Now I remember, John Titus said the same thing in 2000, and right after that an IBN engineer officially admitted to the function's existence.
今や IBN5100 でしか解読できない失われたプログラミング言語があったりするんだよ。
The reason Taita traveled to 1975 to obtain an IBN 5100 was because he needed that function. Maybe Moeka wants to use it too. Or maybe not. Shining Finger doesn't seem like the type who'd know that sort of function. Or about that sort of function.
IBN5100 ってすっごくレアな PC なの。
While talking, Suzuha keeps dropping her glance to the metal pin in her hand. She rolls it with her fingers. I guess that's a habit of hers. So, IBN 5100s are super rare. Maybe if I get one, I could sell it for a high price. That could be a good way to raise research funds. But first I have to deal with CERN. Oh. So life in 2036 is very different from what it is today. Most people live on farms growing their own food, all forms of commerce and communication are restricted, there's no travel, no internet, or no railroad even. Most people never see another town, let alone a city. Science continues to advance, of course, but the vast majority of people do not benefit from that progress. Technology belongs only to those chosen by CERN and the Committee of 300. It's very peaceful, at least on the surface. There's none of the conflict you see in this era. There's no war? How is that possible? How did CERN resolve the situation in the Middle East? What have you got against world peace? Sounds to me like CERN's doing humanity a favour. This Taita guy stole a time machine from CERN, didn't he? He's the bad guy here. Die in a fire, terrorist scum. The world in 2036 is governed by CERN. All nations, even America, have disbanded their armies. To put it simply, civilization has returned to an 18th century level of technology and exists under a communist system of government. Except now the system works flawlessly. Right now you should be asking yourselves how that is possible. How does a system of government that collapsed in the 20th century exist without any discontent? The answer to that question is the reason I am here. Yes, I am a terrorist. There are others like me who fight against CERN. We think of ourselves as the resistance, but there is no denying that our actions are a kind of terrorism. Anyway, I want to hear more about the many worlds interpretation. You said it's been proven by 2036. How? I knew you were a terrorist. How many have you murdered? What if my kids are among them? Maybe I really should kill your father. Protect the future. Stop being around the bush. Give us answers. You're one of those old men who participated in the student riots, aren't you? Filled your head with a bunch of bullshit, and now you can't tell fact from fiction. Am I right? So delicious nationalist tears. CERN probably figured it out. They've got a time machine to experiment with, right? That would make you know better than Taita. If you're willing to face the consequences, then go right ahead. Taita, question: did World War III take place as scheduled? Why did you come to this particular time? Did you find an IBN 5100? Is John Taita plugging the commies, or plugging for the commies? I thought that went out of style years ago. I thought Taita was crazy, but this Halloween guy is even crazier. Get a room, guys. World War III, LMAO. Isn't there supposed to be an IBN 5100 in Akiba? As I've already explained, my goal in this time is to change the future. I'm posting here to warn you of what's going to happen. Perhaps convergence will render my efforts meaningless. But if even one person pays attention, that's enough. World War III? Is that something I said on a different world line? I'd like to talk to you in private. Please email me when you have time. Of course, if anyone else would like to email me, feel free. Serious inquiries only, please. All I've been getting is hate mail. Here's my address once more. Daru's still hacking away. 20 hours have passed since Daru started hacking. Night gives way to a refreshing summer morning. I glance at Daru, while browsing at channel on my phone. He's fidgeting even more now his legs are like pistons. His knees move up and down in harmony with the rat-a-tat of his keyboard. Daru hasn't slept in about 40 hours, but he still won't get off the computer. I was going to ask him if he'd like a break, but his entire body is exuding an aura that says don't talk to me. I curl up a bit, then return to my phone. My discussions with John Titor just aren't making sense. Not even Titor himself seems to know about the Titor from 10 years ago. It's hard to imagine that everyone on @channel is conspiring against me, but how else can I explain it? Out of options, I decide to email Titor directly, just as he told me to. He audaciously exposed his own address on @channel. I guess that's his way of saying bring it on. In my email, I question the differences between his posts now and his posts 10 years ago. The current Titor hasn't even acknowledged the latter. I only vaguely remember them, but they basically went like this. In 2015, World War III breaks out, many people die. In 2036, the world is contaminated from nuclear warfare. You travelled from 2036 to 1975 to obtain an IBM 5100. The IBM 5100 was necessary to revive technology lost in World War III. The IBM 5100 has a hidden function, the ability to read IBM's proprietary computer language, which predates APL and BASIC. But only certain IBM engineers are aware of that function, so it does not appear in the manual. In 1998, Titor meets his younger self and his parents in America. John Titor was a soldier who volunteered for this mission. John Titor is an American. Furthermore, in 2000, Titor correctly predicted the outcomes of some future events. The Peruvian coast earthquake in 2001, the election of a new pope, the outbreak of the Iraq War, China's advances in space, and so forth. Though he only talked vaguely about each one, they all came true. On the other hand, other predictions went unfulfilled. For example, the Y2K bug, civil war in America, the cancellation of the Beijing Olympics, the inauguration of America's first female president in 2009, and so forth. Year 2000. Oh yeah. That's why they thought every bit of technology was going to break. Essentially. Or every electronic was going to just shut down and explode or something. Popularly known as the Y2K bug. At the turn of the 21st century, there was concern over the possibility of widespread computer failure when the year turned 2000. In order to save memory space, old operating systems almost always abbreviated years to the final two digits. Hence, when 1999 changed to 2000, the last two digits would change from 99 to 200. If its programming didn't anticipate that change... Okay, so the computer could erroneously assume that the year was 1900. It was rumoured that computers in the military, financial and government sectors might malfunction and cause worldwide catastrophe. To address this issue, countermeasures were taken in the mid-1990s to manually update every program. As a result of these countermeasures, the year 2000 problem was averted. Okay. There's more, but let's leave those aside for now. I'm going to ask him why those predictions didn't come true. Oh my god. We type pretty damn fast. Sorry for the sudden mail. Alright, let's send it now. If he can't answer to my satisfaction, then the current Titor is an imposter. This is your litmus test, John Titor. Heh heh heh. So, what are your true colours? Hey! It's Mayuri. She's still pissed, at least. Mayuri comes in. Looks like she's forgiven us for experimenting on her food. She's back to her usual smiley self.
こんな朝早くからどうしたのだ。
2人が2日連続徹夜って聞いたからね。差し入れ買ってきたよ。
そうか。それはご苦労。
Good job. Though to be accurate, it wasn't 2 nights in a row. I took an afternoon nap yesterday. Mayuri starts fishing through her convenience store bag. And then she takes out... Odenkan! Canned Odin. Or Odin. I'm not sure how you say it. Whenever I say Odin, it just makes me think of the god. So a canned meal sold in vending machines. Each can contains a hot broth with various Odin ingredients such as boiled egg, radish, cognac, beef and tofu. A popular Akihabara specialty. The canned Odin is still warm when she gives it to me. I open the lid right away and eat the beef. Mayuri and I have been together for a long time, so she knows what I like. When it comes to canned Odin, beef is where it's at.
最近バナナや唐揚げは食べ飽きていたところだ。今後もこの差し入れ出たの？
さすがにしょっちゅうおごれるほどマユシーのポケットマネーは多くないのです。あとバナナや唐揚げはマユシーが大好きだから今後も続けます。
It is weird that she speaks in third person. Ever so slightly. I consider saying you'll get fat if you only eat frozen foods, but that threat's not very effective against Mayuri, so I hold my tongue. Her high metabolism prevents her from getting fat, no matter how much she eats.
あとね、他にもあるよ。はい、じゃーん。
What the fuck? Next, she produces a small box with a Rainet illustration.
ライネットソーセージ。あのね、おまけでウーパのボトルキャップがついてくるんだ。すごく欲しかったから買っちゃった。
She sticks out her tongue with a shy giggle. Something tells me that in a few months' time, this lamp will be neck-deep in Upa goods. There are only a few things right now like the cushion on the sofa, but that number is sure to grow exponentially.
で、ダル君はどう？
Exhausted, probably.
苦戦中だ。少しぐらい休んでもらった方がいいんだがな。何もぶっ通しで何とかしろとは一言も言ってないんだからな。
ダル君のスーパーハッカー魂がメラメラバーニングしちゃったんだね。
そこハカーって言わないように。
It's Hacker. An empty Diet Cola bottle comes whistling through the air. Oh, it hits my head with a nice thunk.
ピリピリしてる。
Mayuri and I evacuate to a corner of the lounge and quietly eat the Odin.
でもハッキングって悪いことなんだよね。マユシーはね、2人にそういうことしてほしくないな。
ダルのスーパーハッカーじゃなくてハッカーとしての腕前使わなければ宝の持ち腐れだ。
Incidentally, it looks like hackers hijacked CERN's system back in 2008. We found news articles about it online. That means even the inventors of the World Wide Web have holes in their security. With his skills, Daru should have no trouble getting through.
それにこれはセルンの悪事を暴くため世界をかけて支配する巨大な闇との戦いなのだよ。
悪いことは悪いことだよ。
That's unusual. Mayuri usually just accepts whatever I say. Well, I admit it, we are doing a bad thing. But there's no way we can stop now. I need to change the subject. You got mail! Skyclad 2010? Oh, it's Suzuha. Okay. Greetings! This is Amane Suzuha, first email. Thanks for exchanging addresses with me yesterday. I finally made a friend here. Yay! Don't worry, I won't email you too much. And I might be slow to reply too. I'm kinda new at this email thing, it's okay to laugh at me. Here maybe? I don't know what the fuck to reply with. Not at all. I'll go with here. Where were you living before? Oh, for her to not have access to an email, I guess? Chikuwa.
わかったよ。さつま揚げよりはちくわだもんね。
With that said, I skew a... I don't know if you even know how you say it, Chikuwa, and put it in Mayori's can. And I get her beef in return. Subject change complete. Mayori really eats up conversations about food, it's so easy to manipulate her.
もうすぐなんだよ。SQL のテーブル一覧さえ手に入れればパスワード特定余裕なんだよ。
Ew.
僕をなめんな。
Whoa. SQL database remote access tool. Server address 172.16.56.45. Please input SQL command. Select, is that vid or UID? Oh, it'd be user ID, I guess. UID from users. Find. So he started talking to himself. Looks like things are falling into place. Dora really is a super hacker. I think this is the first time I've seen him serious. Dora bends himself forward, staring holes into the screen. But all I see on the screen is the same string of numbers and letters.
Oh, 来た来た来た。いいよいいよ。ほら観念して俺の前に全部晒しやがれっつうの。すっぱだかにされてる気分はどうだよ。
Ew. What the fuck? And yeah, I totally read the yes as my eyes. My eyes. So I was wondering what the hell happened. His eyes are bloodshot and he started rambling. Maybe the lack of sleep is getting to him. Dora opens a new window, types in a 12-character string and slams the enter key. An error sound rings. He quickly deletes the string and enters in a new one. He keeps repeating that sequence until finally...
Oh, 来た来た ID とパス一致表ログイン完了だゴラ死ねえなめんな Yes yes yes
Oh my god. User Jack. What enthusiasm. The smug bastard turns around with an expression of immense satisfaction. As if he's gone into... Is that La Petite Mort? Is that Mort? Not entirely sure. Sage time! A condition of mental and physical release unique to male physiology. Characterized by a feeling of supreme calm and composure, entering this state is almost like becoming an empty shell. Also known as Hyper Sage time or Saint time. Okay. Completo. Now I need to sleep. After 20 hours of agony, it's finally over. To show Daru my appreciation, I toss him an unopened Odin can.
仕事の後のおでん缶って最高すぎだろう
Oh.
よくやった。やはりお前は世界最高のスーパーハッカー。
Now he's gonna yell at us.
ハッカーな
Yeah, hacker.
ハッカーだ。お前が敵でなくてよかった。
Yeah, now we'll call him a hacker, not a
世
hacker.
界滅亡計画の証拠は見つかったか。
いや まだ見てねっつの。繋がっただけ。ここまで来ればあとは楽だけどな。
ならば疲れているところ悪いが早速調べてくれ。きっとあるはずなのだ、陰謀の影が。
はいはい、やりますよ。でもその前におでん缶食わせろ。
You got it. After a short meal break, Daru taps on his keyboard more nimbly than before.
手に入れたパスがセルンの誰のものなのかってのが問題なんだよな。
どういうこと？
セルンのデータベースに入ってデータのテーブル一覧をゲットしたんよ。そっから11111111とか ABCDEFGH みたいな簡単なパスワード使ってる関係者に的を絞って ID 手に入れたわけ。その ID の持ち主がサーバー管理者だったら最高なんだけど、さすがにそこまで運は良くないと思われ。
日本語で OK だよ。
右に同じく。
要するにセルンのサーバー管理者のパスだったならセルンの全身を舐め回すように弛緩しまくりだけど、そうじゃない普通の研究員か何かならおっぱいしか見せてもらえない的な。
ダルクエッチだね。
That's naughty!
エロい漂せな。つまり見られる情報が限定されてしまうということだな。
そういうこと。サーバー管理者を特定してパスをゲットするのも時間の問題だけど、それはまた今度にするわ。さすがに眠くてあんま頭が働かん。
That's fair. It would be cruel to push Daru any further. It's unfortunate, but overworking him isn't an option. Let's let him rest so he can regain his energy.
どうやら手に入れた ID は加速器部門担当者のものらしいよ。
Ooh.
サーバー管理者じゃないのか。
一発で当てるなんて奇跡でも起きない限り無理だっつうの。セルに何人の関係者がいると思ってるんだぜ。
True.
何人
？6000人以上。
Holy shit. That many?
とりあえずこの加速器部門担当者の名前は
His name's
シャムさん
Jack.
のメールのログをちょろっと覗かせてもらおうよ。
And of course, the emails come up in English.
うわわ、眉毛は頭が痛くなってきました。
It's pathetic to flinch at the mere sight of English.
ダリオ、なんと書いてあるのだ。
翻訳しないと。
エキサイト先生にご登場願え。
Java who? Oh. Excite Sensei. A machine translation site.
そんなめんどいことしてらんねえっつの。
Daru boots up translation software and auto-translates the open page. Poor, unnatural Japanese shows up. First line says, Happy New Year!
新年の挨拶みたいっすな。バカンスでスペイン行くとか裏山。
That email's normal, nothing out of the ordinary.
こういうログを漁っていけばそのうちサーバー管理者も特定できるのだぜ。
あのね、他人のメールを勝手に見るのってすごくごめんなさいって気持ちになる。
Mayuri gets depressed and moves away from the computer. She sits on the sofa and hugs her giant upa cushion with a sigh. I know we're doing something socially unacceptable, however...
俺はとっくに悪の道に踏み込んだ。何の良心の呵責も感じないのだ。責任は全てこの俺が取る。ダリアマユリに罪をかぶせるつもりはない。
僕オカリンになら掘られてもいい。
Wait, what? What led to him saying that? I abandoned guilt when I chose the path of evil long ago. Let responsibility be mine. I will not ask you to answer for my crimes. What the fuck?
それはお断りだ。 というわけでダミオ、心置きなく覗き見るのだ。
オカリンって悪いんだ。マユシーは悲しいです。
That's of no concern to me. You just sit there and pretend your hands are clean. Upon further examination, we discover several emails with the title Experiment Report. In English, naturally. Looks like he sends emails like these almost daily.
LHC の実験レポートか。タイムマシンのヒントが得られるかもしれん。開いてみるべきだろう。
これ見たら確実にヤバそうだけどな。
That's what his lips say, but his hand still clicks on the email. What comes up is an unintelligible series of symbols.
これ暗号化されてる。
さすがに簡単にはいかないか。
ま、この程度の暗号を解くのはへでもないがな。
Nice, super hacker. He's a genius, no doubt. Darwin does the security in less than 10 minutes. The real-time sync is deciphering the crappy machine translation.
意訳すると
So, hi Paul, the experimental data dated of today was improved. Wait, to the whatever.
Hi, Paul.
Hi, Paul.
そういう演技は無用だ。
サイですか。今日付の実験データをサーバーにアップしておいた。LHC の調子は良好だ。あくまで LHC はだが、こいつはまるで猫みたいに気まぐれだが、ここ1ヶ月ほどは驚くほど素直だ。ずっとこの調子だといいんだがな。しかし報われない仕事だと思わないか。この子猫、大猫と言うべきか。はははははが稼働して9年になるが、この人類史を塗り替える研究は一部の人間の目にしか入らないわけで、もっとも公表されたらされたでいい晒し者になるのがオチだろうがな。世の中の連中はきっとこう言うだろうさ。今すぐロバート・ゼメキフをセルに呼んでください。そうすれば1年と経たないうちに作ってもらえるだろうってな。
Okay. Oh, this actually might be a good place to finish, because I am exhausted. What I've just realised is time's going on. It's not even because I don't think I'm tired, I think it's just the fucking heat. It's absolutely knocking me out, and it's awful. It's only been an hour, like it's literally been no time at all. I would have probably been able to do a lot more if I had actually recorded it earlier, because I wasn't, well, I was still boiling by the end of Apollo Justice, so this weather just absolutely sucks. It's the fucking worst, but not much you can do about it, unfortunately. Either way, that is going to be the end of the session. Apologies for it being so short, but I'll probably just end up recording more of this tomorrow. Assuming the weather's not going to be kicking my arse like it has been every fucking day. But regardless, that's going to be the end of this session. Thanks so much for watching, I hope you have enjoyed, and until next time, take care.